Hi, guys. Episode
Six.
Season 2. We
Love
are
this for
wrapping up
us.
another season.
Living our best life. We've been asked to explain our friendship and just like how we met. So I think everybody would like to know. Do you want
The
to?
people want to know.
Yeah, do your rendition and I'll do mine.
Okay, so my rendition, I don't know years, but I'm going to say it was 2006. No, 7. 2007, I was very pregnant. All-Star, Las Vegas is when I feel like we first officially met.
Yes.
April used to do a party and dinner for LeBron and Jay-Z called the Two Kings dinner. And again, I was very pregnant going to the party, and I feel like I was just like being my normal RBF self. And she was just taking care of me. Like, we met, and then she was just like, you need anything? Come over here, sit right here. She just took care of me. And I have to say that from that, we didn't really keep in touch. Like, I knew of you. I knew who you were. We did a lot more of those parties, and we would see each other kind of around the same time every year and catch up. And then once we moved to Miami, and it was All-Star Orlando.
Yes.
We connected.
That was a terrible market. All-Star Orlando.
We connected there, and I feel like it was a different level of connection because you was telling me that you were thinking about moving to Miami and just the changes in your life that you were doing. And while I had just moved to Miami myself, so I feel like from there is when we actually started to get more connected. And then you came, and we saw each other a few times, and
then you got pregnant.
Then I got pregnant, and I don't know how we, you came with me to see my baby on my 4D ultrasound.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we connected. So I feel like it was just super organic, and it just happened.
Yes.
And then that happened. And then I'm like, well, I know you do parties, so you're going to throw this baby shower.
And we were planning it in Miami.
Yes. And then LeBron said, I'm taking my talents back to Cleveland. I'm like, what? No, I don't want to go back. But,
you went to Cleveland.
We did some shower in Cleveland. And we did some big things in Cleveland. And then we kept in touch through that. I turned
moved to
30
LA first.
You moved to LA before my party. Yes. And then obviously we would keep in touch. You came to the party. We was thick as thieves by then.
Yes.
And then that following year we moved to LA. Yeah. And we was in the same city at the same time and hitting these streets hard. Okay.
Well, we wasn't even hitting these LA streets. We was international. We were on the planes.
We was in the Tokyo street, the Japanese streets.
We were everywhere. We
the
lived
Parisian
our best
streets, the Milanese.
We no. We were living our best life. My story would be very similar. And I think it was like having a phone relationship for many years. Then we finally got in the same city. It was game over.
Facts. That was it. Yeah.
So it was like, we talk about everything. Like, all right, you want to come to LA?
Oh yeah, I did used to come.
Yeah, and these is the schools we need to look at. This is what you need to do. I'm doing this. I'm going to here, search here. Oh, I went there. Like, it was like, I was like, oh, this is going to be a perfect school for Zori. This ain't the school for the boys. And then it was just like, once we were in the same city, it was game over.
Yeah.
And then we were just out and about.
And living our best lives with intention.
No, the first few years, there was no intention.
The intention was to have a good time.
The intention was...
And also, I feel like when I finally moved here, that's when I started my journey. Just having somebody to talk to about the things. And it's like, let me tell you what you need to do. You need therapy. You need to see this lady. She can come up here and click your back and cleanse the auras and all the things. And
we just tried everything together. And I feel like LA is the place to do that. Like, LA is with the shits for the crazy shit. Yeah. Like, if you're into crazy, come to LA. If you want to try something unconventional, energy healing, craniosacral,
meditation, breath work,
everything, all the things. LA's it. A $40 drink from Erewhon, overpriced. But I feel like LA brings all the things that you wouldn't think about in a small town.
For sure. Because I never in my life heard of nothing like that in Akron.
No. And I mean, I feel like I was open to all of it because I just was on a journey myself. So I felt like, oh, let's try it. And some of the stuff I'd be like, give me my money back.
I'm a very open-minded, curious person.
You
so
are
I'll be
very
like,
open-minded.
What we doing?
Yeah, I'm more like, I want a refund. So I feel like it was a good friendship journey. And then that was it. That was all she wrote.
And here we are talking to y'all.
Everybody's crazy. We're crazy. It's been a good journey. I feel like a good way of embracing our personalities into a community that feels safe and open and willing to share. You guys are sharing, we're sharing. There's a little give and take. Really with no real plan.
Right. So every time we say thank y'all for tuning in, we really mean it because
we didn't really have a plan. We started shooting this on our own. Then we kind of teamed up with THT Studios to shoot with us and still don't really have a plan. We just over here shooting.
Winging it.
And I feel like just doing what feels good, which is really nice because I feel like when you lead with what feels good, everything else falls into place. So super thankful for you guys.
Everybody's crazy. Yo, everybody's crazy. Yo, everybody's crazy.
So should we take a caller?
Let's take a caller. Hello, who we have on the line? Where are you calling us from? And what's your crazy?
No way. I did not think I was going to get through. My name is Renee, and I'm calling from Austin, Texas.
And what's your crazy, Renee?
Okay, Austin.
So my crazy is that I think that people don't really talk about like the transition that you make in yourself when you go from a series of toxic relationships into like a healthy one. Because I am currently in what I would consider a very healthy relationship.
Yay.
And sometimes I feel like I'm like in this space where I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know if it sounds weird, but I feel like maybe I don't like deserve it somehow because it's just like sort of unreal that I can be with someone that is like very kind to me and very like open to my suggestions and hears me and listens to me. So it's just like, wow, guys like this really exist. So I just find myself feeling like, you know, maybe I am too crazy to be with someone that is so healthy. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, you make total sense. And so that is called, from therapy, April speaking, corrected behavior. So when you are so accustomed to toxic and unhealthy situations, when you're in a healthy situation, you often are like taken back. Like you start questioning yourself because you're so accustomed to one thing. So you just have to really have grace for yourself because you are in the right situation and you do deserve that. For sure, and the situation that you were in before obviously was not right. But when you're in a corrected behavior situation, it's you automatically go back to what's familiar. So I learned that as well. And it's very normal, to be honest. Per my therapist, I didn't know it was normal because I was like, what's happening? But yeah, I think it is a process and you just have to let yourself go through it. And it's constant reminders of what you do deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, you deserve it for sure. No one, the toxic that's in the past, we're going to embrace. No, you do deserve it. You have to know that you
have to own that.
Yes.
Don't be sometimey on yourself now. Come on. If
you
sometimey on yourself, you're gonna be sometimey on your man. Come on now. You gotta own it. You gotta I mean, you can't think you don't deserve it. Like, why wouldn't you deserve it? Like, first of all, you came to the table with a pure heart. You're trying to work on the situation. You found somebody who respects and loves you. Like, you have to welcome that energy and not digress to what you're familiar with, because what you're familiar with is not healthy. Now, I don't know your background, so I can't say that completely 100%, but I'm speaking from
Well,
experience.
it's not, I tell you, yeah, it's not great. These men out here are.
Yeah, but
Sometimes
don't
too
go
much.
to that energy if you have somebody treating you right.
Yeah. No.
Don't wish for the
Yeah,
worst
he's
when
such
you
a
have
good
the
guy.
best. There you go. So you better live your best life and
Yeah.
go ahead and take care of that man, honey.
Oh, thank you guys. I feel like that was so nice to hear.
Yeah,
I mean,
girl.
you hear your friends say it all the time, but to hear strangers say it, even though,
And
I
you're
feel like
not
you guys are
crazy.
kind of
That's
my
not
friends in my
crazy.
head.
See, a little therapy. Listen, I need a discount off my therapy. Give me all my advice. Venmo
Spreading the good word.
Venmo me $50. It's like, are you joking? Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you
bye.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Listen.
That's good. She gotta.
You be out here, you be like,
She
that's
got, yeah.
good. You be getting a
she
good word. You
gotta-
be like, that's good.
That's good. Like, but I do think that sometimes it's hard to like move on when you think that from a certain situation when you think that you shouldn't be in it.
This is what
like
I'll
it's
say.
almost too
People
good to be true.
need to stop treating people crazy because I think more people think that they belong in an unhealthy situation than they do a healthy situation. Y'all, stop playing with the people. Just come on and act normal.
Try to be right by the people.
Try to be right, especially the ladies. No one is trying to be out here being broken and fooled around with. Should we take another caller?
Hi. What's your name? Where you calling us from? And what's your crazy?
My name is Tanya. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay, Milwaukee. Oh.
What's your crazy, Tanya?
My crazy is kind of weird. I have grown kids, 21 and 30, and I think I'm in their life a little bit too much and not concentrating on mine.
Tanya. No. Tanya.
At all.
Tanya, what is you doing, Tanya?
Tanya, you did your part.
I have no idea. I'm wondering, sometimes I think I don't know, is it I don't think I deserve it or worth it? I don't know.
Let me ask you this. If you take your kids out of the equation, who is Tanya?
Good question.
Tanya?
Tanya with two kids.
No.
Yeah.
All right, wait, Miss Savannah James got a word for you. Come on now, baby. Come on.
I feel you. This is a issue that I had for a really long time, and it wasn't just my kids. It was also my husband. I felt like, I didn't have an identity outside of that, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I started my family really young, and I just put all my time and energy there. But there was a time necessary. Your kids are grown, but when I realized that mine were a lot younger, that I felt like I wasn't being of service to them in the way that I wanted to be because I was too wrapped up in just being their mom. Like my cup for myself was half empty. You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense? Like if I wasn't doing something for them, then it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Which ultimately wasn't good for me. So I had to really start to go on a journey of finding out who Savannah was outside of Bronny and Bryce.
What did you do?
I mean, I just really started to, I hate to say it like this, but just be selfish with my time and be selfish with myself. Like I knew that they were good. I knew that, I was doing everything that I could possibly do to make sure that, they were being raised as quality human beings. But when I needed my time, I needed it. And at this time I was living in Ohio. So what I would do is I would go out of town for a weekend by myself. And I'd be like, those kids, they'll be all right. And I'll see y'all when I get back. But if I am not filling up my cup for me, there's no way that I could be anything to y'all. So I had to actively do that and get to a point where it was okay. Because it was hard at first, but it quickly became okay. But
and yours are still young. Mine are 21 and 30. What am I doing? I'm 53. I need,
you're 53. You still young.
Yeah.
You still got things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I know I could hear the sincerity from you that you raised your kids properly and they are doing well. And I think that a lot of it has nothing to do with them and just everything to do with you, like just taking a step back and being like, okay, let me focus on Tanya. Like they are fine. These kids are good. They don't need me how they used to. They probably don't need me at all. And that's another thing is that I knew when I got to the realization that, oh, my kids are going to leave me. Like, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to just be like mom. Yeah. But like, I'm going to be mom. I talk to them when they ready to talk to me. So I had to be like, okay, let me not hurt my own damn feelings and figure out, you know, who Savannah is outside of mom.
And I think the other thing that's an easy starter is we were talking about this a few episodes ago, but making a small bucket list, like a local bucket list and then like a more extended bucket list. Like what are the things you could do in your town? What are the little road trips you could take? What are things you could do with your girlfriends, brunch on Sundays, card night, whatever it is, and start making things on your calendar that you can look forward to, a pottery class, taking walks with your friends, whatever it is, to make space for you just to breathe and figure out your own identity. I think a lot of moms, Savannah included, lose themselves in raising their kids, and a lot of moms lose themselves in working like me. Like, you know, so there's one of those two options. And then you just have to, the goal is to rediscover yourself, and that should be fun. So you shouldn't feel overwhelmed. It should be fun. It should be things that you never thought you were ever going to do before you left this earth that you get to do. So,
and with all things, give yourself grace. You don't have to just be like, okay, cold turkey, fuck them kids. Like, you don't have to do that.
Well,
give yourself
I'd
grace.
say fuck them kids.
You know, wean yourself off. I don't know how often you talk to your kids, but if you talk to them 7 days a week, say I'm going to talk to them 5 days a week. Like, you know, on the phone physically, maybe text them the other 2, but then wean yourself down. It doesn't have to happen overnight.
You got this, Tanya.
It's crazy. It's like, it's 7 days a week for me. If it's not by phone, I'm texting. Like, it's crazy.
But you need your own identity, a new fresh start, something fun. Make your way to LA.
And they always gonna come home, Tanya. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Okay,
we appreciate you.
That's the best thing you can do.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna try that so hard.
Of course.
Make a bucket list. Keep us posted.
I will.
Thanks, Tanya.
I will.
All righty.
Will. Thank you.
All right, bye.
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 Aww.
That was hard. That was hard for me.
I think it's hard for me now trying to separate myself from my job, especially when you have somebody on the other side that's like, you don't need to work like that. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. And I've never had that before. Like, I got it. Don't worry. I've never had that kind of security that I really, last week, I damn near had a nervous breakdown. Just feeling the tug and pull of like, wanting to be both places. Yeah, it's real. It's real. Should we take a caller?
Hi, what's your name? Where you calling us from, and what's your crazy?
I'm Angelica. I'm calling from Chicago, and I'm calling about how my mother raised all of us differently based on me and my siblings.
Okay,
that's interesting.
So my brother and I are closer in age. We're 2 years apart, whereas my little sister and I are 7 years apart. And the things that she gets away with is literally murder compared to what me and my brother were allowed to do.
I knew you were going to say I just wanted to clarify.
So we all share Life 360. And she goes and I see her running the streets at all hours, and it's insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, my siblings are all much older than me, and they say the same thing. Like, and the way that my mom explains it, she was like, "Yo, I was tired. By the time they got to Savannah, I was tired. As long as I knew she was safe and, you know, not in harm's way in any way, like, okay." That's how my mom explained it to me.
Yeah, so me and my sister are 14 years apart. And so my mom was super strict on me and super lenient on my sister. But we also are two different personalities. I'm like a rebel, My sister is like a religious nun. So like, what is she doing? Nothing. Like, whereas I was outside.
Yeah, I honestly think my parents was just tired. It was 5 of us. You know, by the time they got to me, they like, child, goodbye. As long as you going to school and doing what you need to do. Girl.
Yeah,
bye.
I feel like it also depends on where your parents are in life. And I just feel like also the times have changed so much. Like a 7-year time difference in life is a lot. Like I feel like nowadays that's a long time, let alone a 10-year difference or a 12-year difference is crazy. Like, and I just feel like older parents just don't even understand technology. They probably ain't even paying attention to Life 360. Like what? Meanwhile, y'all spying on her.
100%. I think it's crazy though because my parents were young parents, so we were growing up all together. Versus, like you said, now she's kind of like, I'm over it. Like it's crazy because I'll go over the house and she does things that I never even thought of doing. Like I don't know if I could talk about it, but you know, she'll be smoking in the house. She'll be doing all types of things in the house, and I look at her and I'm like, my mother would have had me on my rear end. Like she literally would have beaten me at like. Just
what is she smoking?
The thing that you should not be smoking. It's legal here in Illinois, but still.
Oh my goodness! In front of your mom?
Yep, rolling it up and everything, and they're
tell your mom to call everybody's crazy. Now that is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's a little wild.
She getting your mom's too friendly.
Yeah, a little too loose.
Yeah, it's a little too loose. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, and I see it, and I'm like, this is insane. And I don't understand it because my mother would never let me.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. Lord have mercy, parenting. Well, thank you for calling us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. Smoking weed in the house is crazy.
It's going to be a hell to the no.
I'm whipping your ass.
Yeah.
You better choke before I come up in there because you're going to die either way.
Yeah, I think it's just a level of respect.
Yes, that is way too informal.
Yeah, it's a level of respect that I feel like you have to implement regardless of how lenient you'll be because, you know, your kids is grown and you got a child, a younger child, and you just kind of like, child, I can't do this with you no more. But there should still be a level of respect to know, like,
don't play these games.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Agreed. Okay, should we take a voicemail?
Let's take a voicemail.
Hi, I'm from South Carolina, and my friend, she's an esthetician, and she told me something the other day that's really crazy. She said that she was waxing a young lady, well, an older lady, and, you know, down in her private part, she was waxing them, because she just kept smelling something, like really, really stinking. And she was like, my God, she should have took a bath before she came here. But then she said when the lady the lady had them boo-boo all over herself. And talking like, oops, I forgot to tell you I got diarrhea. But if that ain't crazy, I don't know what. At that point, I would have got a broom and beat her out of my establishment. See y'all.
What?
Bro, what? Okay. It's a few things for me. It's a few things. I forgot to tell you I got diarrhea. It's crazy. Going to get a wax. What? You supposed to cancel that appointment.
What?
Second of all, it's a girl that I follow. Not follow, but I see her on TikTok. I think that the over-under to people who don't bathe themselves before they go and get a wax is higher than we would like to imagine that it actually is.
What's the over-under? What's that mean?
Like the ratio of people who do it to the ratio of people who do not do it. I think the ratio of people who do not do it is higher than we want to admit it is.
What? Who goes?
She about to throw up. Bro,
it's nasty.
That's crazy.
Let's just move on because I was sick in my stomach. Oh, Oh my God. Oh my God.
That is crazy though. Oops, I forgot the tip. Like,
First of all, shout out to all the waxers out there.
yes, because y'all are special, very special
That's
people.
a crazy job. I'm not waxing nobody's cootie cat. Nobody's. And the way I be at my wax place performing, shout out to Kim. We love you, Kim.
Love you, Kim.
Love you, Kim. Love. The way I be in there squealing like a little pig, I couldn't do it.
I could do it.
I could never do that job.
I could do it.
And if you came in here with odd looking parts, I'm like, ooh!
You cannot do. Yeah, you don't need to do that. That's not your. That is not your
why.
ministry.
I mean, I learned over time that not everybody's vagina is good looking.
Wow. Yeah.
Did you know that?
I know that they are like a fingerprint. Every single one of them are different.
Should we take another caller
Let's take another caller.
or voicemail?
Hi, my name is Marie, and I'm from North Carolina. And I just want to know, am I crazy? Because I have been with my ex-husband for over 10 years, and I say ex-husband because we have been divorced for 4 years. Don't plan on getting remarried, but we live together. That's the number one thing. Tell me, am I crazy for living with my ex-husband? And then the second thing is, I just feel like I just get upset when he does not acknowledge or appreciate me on like social media. Like, for instance, Mother's Day was yesterday. I didn't get a thank you for birthing my kids, yada, yada, yada. But when it comes to his friends and everything, he's going to make sure he shouts them out and stuff like that. And I just feel like I don't ever get an acknowledgement or anything. Yeah, I just feel like I'm always in my head about things. And it's not like we're young. We're in our mid-30s. So that's my crazy. Or am I crazy?
Well, first of all, mid-30s, you're young.
Mm-hmm.
Just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
So she said they still live together, but she didn't say they were together.
No, she said they're not together. They've been ex for 4 years. They've been divorced for 4 years, but they still live together.
So I want to know, does he still knock your boots? Because if you live together, do y'all live in separate beds? Do you, like, what's the deal?
What's the arrangement?
Yeah.
Just off of the call, I would assume it was for like convenience. Like, we don't have much context. So maybe they bought a home together and it's just for the convenience of, not one of them not being in the right place to be able to move out right now.
I feel like as long as he gave you a Mother's Day gift, and a card, and he made sure your kids celebrated you, I wouldn't have a problem. But I will say, I did say to my kids the other day, when it's my birthday, give me a little shout out on the Instagrams. Because when I was like, I don't be on Instagram. And then I was like, but then he posted me for the first time on Instagram, but he be on Snapchat, but he be celebrating everybody else's birthday. Rob, Dick, and Harry. I never heard of the third of these guys. And then don't give me no shout out. You be getting shout outs on the gram. They love their mama. Yes, you do. Bronny just shot you out last week.
They did on Mother's Day. They did. Yeah, they did.
And the other day when you posted something, Bronny reposted it.
Yeah.
Put a heart.
Yeah.
They love their mama. Knox, stop playing with me.
They love their mama.
Tommy, stop playing with me.
They ain't posted. I mean, Bryce did call. Zuri did call. Bronny has not called to give us his crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And they have also not posted everybody's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, my kids definitely ain't do that. They didn't even post their mama. So, like, I mean, can I get...
They do. They show a lot of love.
Come on, y'all can step up y'all game.
Yeah.
Your mom is pretty cool.
Pretty fucking cool.
I mean, haters. Haters. Should we take another voicemail?
Hi, my name is Laura. I'm from Orlando, Florida. And I think it's crazy when people hop in my car and turn my music down, my radio down when I'm driving. So that's my crazy. And I also really don't like when people don't match their socks up. Thanks. Bye.
Match their what?
Socks.
Who doesn't match their socks?
I feel like I've definitely seen people that they just don't care. They just scrap socks.
Well, that means they don't do their laundry right.
They be living out of the hamper.
Yeah, like, because you are supposed to pair your socks together after you do the laundry.
Agreed.
Who is living on the edge like that?
People. But I don't like, I have to agree with her. I don't like you coming in my car and dictating my radio. If I'm driving, it's my playlist.
Oh, yeah. And I'm driving. I'm popping that music.
Don't touch my radio.
Love it.
If something real eclectic come across, just sit back and enjoy the vibes.
It sounds like her parents were probably getting in the car with her and turning her music down. Like, how can you concentrate?
Sit over there.
Well, first of all, if I'm paying your insurance, I'm turning the music down.
You not turning my music down, Ma?
Yes, I am.
Just roll with the vibes.
No,
I don't do that in
problem.
Bronny's car.
Listen,
I don't do that. I be in there. What the hell? Even when he driving my car, like driving me in my car, I don't bother the radio. I gotta sit and
so understanding. Meanwhile, I'm like, put on some Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that for us. Wait a minute. So we had a little request come in about naming our community.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have a few names and we need to vote.
Run them.
The Crazies.
That's a scary movie. I don't know about that one.
Crazy Crew.
Okay.
Craze Bay. Crazy Bunch. Everybody Gang.
I like that one.
Crazy Clique. Crazy Tribe. I like Everybody Gang.
I like Everybody Gang.
Everybody Gang. Yeah.
But that got nothing to do with being crazy.
But I feel like we're welcoming everybody.
Everybody Gang.
Because all of us are crazy.
Everybody's fucking crazy.
So you don't have to call out the crazy because all of us have a virtue.
We know.
So it is.
The baseline is crazy.
Everybody Gang.
Everybody Gang.
Love it. Love it. Merch coming to you shortly. Everybody Gang.
Everybody Gang.
What kind of merch would you want to see?
Got a few things headed your way.
I love a candle.
If they haven't already dropped yet, by episode 6, they might have already dropped.
Yeah, they've dropped. Get with it. And hopefully today we're going to be dropping something else because we're going to be dropping that merch. Okay, should we take a caller or we have no callers? Okay,
no freaking callers. Give us a voicemail.
Hi, my name's Icy. I'm from Atlanta.
Okay,
and I was calling because I'm in a long distance relationship and I keep breaking up with this man. Like, I done broke up with him like 8 times because he just won't move. I'm like, just move. We've been together for 2 years. We broke up, like I said, 8 times. And I got 2 things. Is it crazy that I keep breaking up with him because I want him here with me? Like, I always feel like I'm so lonely without him. When we're together, it's the time of our life. But when we're separate, I get really low sometimes. And 2, am I crazy for breaking up with him? He's a good man, good provider, and I love him so much, and he's my best friend. Do I need to make it work, or did I do right? Because he's not moving up down here. I'm not moving up there. So how is that going to work? So thank y'all.
It sounds like you love that man. He know who you are. So he'd be like, okay, babe, we broke up. All right, fine.
So why? So somebody has to compromise.
Yeah.
And she said he's a good provider, which means he has a stable job and things going on. So maybe you should reevaluate where you're going to stay.
Icy said, I am not trying to hear that, April. What?
Where did she say she was from?
Atlanta. And she never said where he's from. So it could be.
She said up there. So that means New York.
Up north. Or
New
it
York.
could be Delaware.
Not Delaware. No one's staying in Delaware.
You don't know. She did not say.
No
but
one
I'm saying
is in Delaware.
Maybe that is her apprehension. She like, I don't want to leave Atlanta and go to Delaware.
No, she don't want to go to the big town.
She ain't gonna say no to New York.
By the way, this is how people make up stories on the internet.
She said she don't want to go to Delaware.
So we have no real context, but this is how people make up what they believe is true.
Yeah. But
my thing
I don't believe it's true.
My thing is she should stay with him because you could tell she loves him.
Yeah, she loves him and he loves her.
Yeah, it's cute. I love that.
I think compromise.
We love.
I think try to make it work.
I've never done a long distance really. Oh, one time I did.
How was that for you?
When I was in college, I dated a guy in Chicago. He had a kid. I swore I was going to be with him. Oh, that was dark.
And it was not good? Was it the long distance part?
Or the long distance.
Oh, okay.
And just like his life was so much more bigger than me. I wasn't there yet, but I thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
Can't relate. Yeah.
Even though I have to say, I'm very, like, I don't know what, obviously LeBron got drafted to Cleveland when we was younger, and I'm from Akron, from 30 minutes down the road, but I don't know. If I had to ask him if he was sitting here and he wants so badly to come on this pod.
Oh my God, he loves us. LeBron James.
I think that he would say the same, and like, I don't know what would happen. So, thanks, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, meaning like you don't know if you'd be together?
Yeah. We've talked about this a lot. Yeah. Like,
Oh.
So thanks, guys. Keeping my boo around.
Oh my God, I'm stressed about it. Ooh, that was 100 years ago.
It was.
Wow. Okay.
But we'll never know.
We will never know, thank God. We will never know. 22 years strong.
God
damn.
I'm still young and thriving.
I'm trying to work it out.
Killing it.
Okay. So we could take one more voicemail.
My name is Mana. I'm from Houston, and my crazy is I cannot stop sizing up men. And I mean, it's just like when I get a little bit of liquor, it's just all bets are off. And I don't know, money doesn't move me, and there seems to be a lack of personality. I mean, and it seems like it's just these days, like more the exception. No, more the rule than the exception. And tell me, y'all, are we doomed? That's my crazy. I can't stop sizing men. Bye, guys.
That's working in your masculine energy. I learned that from Victoria's song. Blended realities. It's working in your masculine energy.
We don't want you working in your masculine energy.
A lot of
You're
women,
divine
a lot of
energy.
women work in their masculine energy out of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Like working, being independent,
Mm-hmm.
like you just learn to get into your masculine energy and then you stay there. And that is sometimes what like separates you from being more approachable. I learned that through therapy and Victoria's song.
Yeah. I think that's what the whole soft life, living a soft life.
Yeah, but some people are taking soft life as like a literal tangible thing, but it really is how you show up. Mm-hmm. Like I find it to be, even in my current situation now, I'm often catching myself.
Mm-hmm.
I do so many things that are so wild, like, because I'm so gangster.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like a lot of young women, we've all been like out here just doing it on our own, being independent, getting it, whatever, chasing after it, that you learn to live that kind of life and like kind of push through the world that way. And listen, I also think a lot of men are not stepping up to the plate and being the kind of men they should be either. So it doesn't give us a ton of options. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a certain type of energy, which I learned through doing like a lot of self-work, that you're, I'm going to give you guys an analogy. So the bottle is the masculine energy. The liquid is the fluid energy. Mm-hmm. So at all times, a woman should at least operate more than 60% of their life in a flowy type of way. And the man is supposed to operate more than 60% of his life protecting, like making sure everything is in a place, making sure it feels sound, and being the container for the woman to feel like she can operate like this. So in therapy, what I learned is like most women, including myself, big time, if you live your life, there's a survey. I have to get it so I can post it on Everybody's Crazy. But there's a survey of like, if you live your life by calendar, by everything in dates, that is living in your masculine energy. Everything is arranged. Everything is prepared. There's no room for like spontaneity or like moving and being flowy or whimsical or just, I've decided to go have lunch. There's no liquid flowing in like any of your decision making. Everything is very rigid and by the book, which is actually, I live like that, it can be quite overwhelming. And so one of the things we learned in like Victoria Song's class was like figuring out how to get out of some of those boundaries of like everything needing to be so rigid that you aren't able to flow. Whereas you live your life like the water.
And it's really hard for me when these motherfucking dates is piling up. I'll be like, ooh, I'm overwhelmed.
Yes.
Oh, what is happening? I have to return all of these emails. Oh my God.
So that's what I mean. So you are very much so operating in 90% of your feminine energy, a little too much. Okay, answer some of the emails. It's a little much. And I'm operating in 90% of my masculine energy because I'm like, did you answer the emails? Like, it was an interesting analogy because when you visually see it, you understand it, and you're like, yeah, that is me. If it's you, if you're either one of them.
Victoria Song.
Shout out to her. Killing it all the time. Love you, babe.
Killing it.
Okay, so we'll take one last caller.
Hello, who we speaking to? Where you from? And what's your crazy?
Oh my God! Hello, hi. I'm Roxy. I'm in LA amongst the other crazies. So to share, I didn't even think I was going to get through. Sorry, to be honest.
No,
So I was unprepared. Hi, hello, everybody.
Hi.
Okay. My crazy is that after 3 years of not being with my ex, his mom decided to drunkenly text me this weekend pictures of his kids and say what a great life he's having without me. That feels a little crazy. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is a violation. Girl, what did you texting me for? You bored over there?
Wait a minute. Do you like him anymore?
No. Okay, it's a very, very, very long story. But separate from him, she drunkenly interrupted my aunt's funeral. That's why we do not speak to her. And so we ran into her at an event last week, didn't really think anything of it, avoided her, didn't say hi to her. And then she came in with this message.
Nobody has time for that energy.
Yeah, she sounds like she's
and you
really
need to block
sad.
her. Block her.
And living in her.
She went through my sister. She didn't even come to me.
Yeah.
It was
she
so
needs
crazy.
To get a life.
But yes, that's it.
That is crazy, Roxy.
Yes.
Yes.
Terrible.
Tell her to get a life and go live your best life.
With your grandbabies.
Hopefully you're living your best life.
Yeah, don't let that bother you.
I am. Everything's great. Everything's great out here. I just
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Roxy.
Yes, Roxy. Later, old lady.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you later, Roxy.
Have a good
Thanks
night.
for having me, guys. You guys are
Bye.
the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, well, we come to an end.
We come to an end.
I wish we had a song.
You always want a song. You wanted a song at the end of last season.
I love a song.
I don't know. We gotta think about
I'll
it.
think about. We're gonna make a playlist, but some merch is gonna be dropping for you guys.
All
Hopefully,
the great merch.
you will get it. And everybody's gang.
Everybody gang.
Everybody gang. Why you love
No
you?
S.
You're so gangster.
Everybody gang.
Everybody gang. We love you guys. We love our community, and thanks for making it work.
Thank you guys.
Again, season 2.
It's been a blast.
It's been a blast.
See y'all next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody's crazy.